How to start your own business, learn what points need attention. Imagine a man goes to his job every morning, but the entire way only one thing keeps revolving in his mind, whether he has to do the same work for his whole life or ever start his own business too. There are responsibilities in the house, there is limited savings in the pocket, and there is a fear in the mind that if the business fails, what answer will he give to the family? This very fear stops many people even before starting. But curiosity takes birth right from here. Does starting a business truly require very big money, or is the need first of all for correct thinking, correct preparation and a small step? There are lakhs of people in India who start their business not from any big office, but from a room of the house, a small shop, rented space, a mobile phone or the local market. The beginning is small, but if the thinking is clear, a path can be made. Business does not mean just buying and selling goods. Business means understanding a real problem and in exchange giving the customer such a solution for which he is ready to give money. Many people make the same mistake while choosing a business idea. They think that whatever is running in the market, I too will do the same. But a successful business stands not on copying, but on understanding. First of all, you will have to look around yourself. What thing are people feeling a lack of in your neighborhood, village, city or online audience? Which service is obtained late, which product is expensive, and in which work is there a lack of trust? If you want to start a food business, then more than taste, hygiene, packaging and repeat customers are necessary. If you want to start a service business, then more than skill, timing, trust and clear communication are necessary. While choosing a business idea, ask a simple question to yourself. Will people give money for this thing, and will they buy it repeatedly? If the answer is not clear, then more work will have to be done on the idea. The safest way to start a small business is to first test on a small scale. Before opening a full shop, try selling the product to limited customers. Understand demand before taking a big loan. Many people make a big board, expensive furniture, fancy branding, and unnecessary expenses in the very beginning. But in the initial phase, more necessary than show off is the quality of the product and the experience of the customer. A business plan is not some difficult English document. It is just the map of your thinking. What you will sell, to whom you will sell, for how much you will sell, where money will be applied, and by when profit can come. In a good business plan, 3 things should be clear: who the customer is, what the problem is, and how your solution is better or different from the rest of the people. If this is not clear, then marketing also falls weak. Planning of money is very necessary, because in business there is not just the expense of the beginning. Rent, electricity, packaging, transport, salary, marketing and small daily expenses combine to make pressure on cash flow. Many businesses close from a lack of cash before profit happens. Profit looks visible on paper, but money does not come from the customer on time. Therefore, it is necessary to control credit, stock and the payment cycle from the beginning. If you have less money, then choose such a business model in which fixed cost is low. Work starting from home, online service, a pre-order model, or local delivery can decrease the risk from the beginning. Taking a loan is not wrong, but taking a loan without calculation is dangerous. Take an EMI only when you know how the repayment will happen even in a bad month. Optimism is needed in business, but calculation is needed even more than that. Several schemes of the government support small businessmen, but every scheme is not for every individual. Before taking the benefit of PMEGP, Mudra, Stand Up India or state schemes, eligibility and the process should be understood properly. MSME registration, meaning Udyam Registration, can become a necessary identity for small businessmen. From this, the business looks formal and access to some government benefits, tenders or credit support can become easy. But do not consider registration a magic key. Business does not run just by taking a certificate. The real difference comes when the product is correct, the record is clean, and customer satisfaction is strong. While choosing a business name, creativity is good, but clarity is more necessary than that. Choose such a name hearing, which the customer gets at least an estimate of which field your work is connected to. Before finalizing the name, definitely do basic checking of online search, domain availability, and trademark conflict. If your brand moves forward, that very name will become your identity and trust. Location is the heartbeat of offline business. In a wrong place, even a good shop can fall weak, and in a correct place, even an average shop can run. Therefore, before choosing a place, understanding footfall, competition, and customer habit is necessary. If you are doing coaching, salon, grocery, repair, food, or a retail business, then the effect of location will fall directly on sales. But if the business is online, then more than location, delivery, digital trust, and response speed become important. Today, before coming to the shop, the customer searches on Google, looks at Instagram, reads reviews, and sometimes asks the price on WhatsApp. Therefore, online presence has now become a basic necessity, not a luxury. A website is not necessary for every business in the beginning, but online visibility is necessary. A Google business profile, clean contact number, product photos, a simple catalog, and a social media page make a small business trustworthy. Digital marketing does not mean just paid ads. It means coming in front of the customer with the correct message, at the correct time, and in the correct format. Sometimes an honest customer review also affects more than an expensive ad. Before starting marketing, understand this: where is your customer? In a village, WhatsApp and local reference can run. In a city, Instagram and Google search can work. In B2B, LinkedIn or direct calling can be necessary. A clear message is very powerful. More effective than writing best service is repair service at home in 24 hours. The customer wants a specific benefit, not a vague promise. Pricing also will have to be done thoughtfully. If you sell very cheap, profit will finish. If you sell very expensive, the customer can move away. In price, cost, time, quality, and market perception are all included. Many new entrepreneurs forget to add the price of their hard work. They calculate only raw material but do not add their time, delivery, packing, and wastage. From right here, loss begins. In business, keeping accounts separate is very necessary. If personal money and business money get mixed, then it will not even be known whether the business is running or it is being shown just by putting money from the pocket. Keep a separate bank account, basic accounting, and daily records from the beginning. Write every sale, every purchase, every credit, and every expense. If small calculations are clear, a big decision will be easy. Look at tax and compliance not like a fear, but like a discipline. GST, shop registration, food license, trade license, professional tax, or local permits can depend on your business type and state rules. Before starting any work, taking information of the correct license from a local CA, legal advisor, or the concerned department is wise. Better than taking the risk of a notice, penalty, or closure later is preparing beforehand. There can be needs like FSSAI in a food business, pollution or factory-related approvals in manufacturing, IEC in import-export, and a trademark for brand protection. The compliance journey of every business is different. Many people who ignore legal things save money in the beginning, but lose reputation later. Trust in business is built not just from the customer, but from the system too. Making a team is also a big responsibility. In the beginning, perhaps you work alone, but as orders increase, you will need trustworthy people. A wrong hiring eats away peace of mind before profit. While taking the first employee, do not look only at skill. Honesty, willingness to learn, the way of talking to the customer, and the capacity to bear responsibility are also equally necessary. If the business is small, then process is even more necessary. Who will take the order? Who will check the payment? Who will do delivery? How the complaint will be handled? If these things are written, confusion will be less. Customer service is the silent marketing of business. One happy customer can bring 2 new customers, and one angry customer can stop 10 people. Therefore, consider a complaint feedback, not an insult. In the starting stage, talking to the customer should be the founder's work. When you listen to the voice of the customer, improvement in product, price, and service begins to look visible on its own. One should not fear competition, one should read it. What the competitor is selling, what his price is, what his weakness is, and why the customer is angry with him. All this can become your strategy. But avoid copying the competitor. If everyone is selling the same, then you can make a different identity through better packaging, faster delivery, after-sales support, customization, or honest pricing. In the business model, it should be clear where the money will come from. From a one-time sale, from a monthly subscription, from a service charge, from a commission, or from a repeat purchase. If the revenue model is hazy, growth will also be hazy. In an inventory business, stock management is a big thing. If you keep more stock, money will get stuck. If you keep less stock, the customer will be missed. Therefore, it is better to increase stock, slowly seeing the demand. In a service business, time itself is inventory. If your calendar is empty, income stops. Therefore, managing appointments, follow-ups, and delivery timelines in a professional way is necessary. Before starting the business, make a risk list. What will happen if sales are low, the supplier becomes expensive, an employee leaves, rent increases, or payment gets stuck? Writing risks does not increase fear, it increases preparation. An emergency fund is necessary for business too. Try to keep separate at least a few months of basic expenses so that the situation of closing the business in a bad season does not arise. Brand building happens slowly. First, people buy the product, then they remember the experience, then they begin to trust the name. This very trust becomes a brand. Packaging, invoice, message, delivery, and after-sales calls, these small things make the image of your business in the customer's mind. Professionalism is not only for big companies. Today, technology is a very big support for small businesses. Work can become fast and clean with UPI payments, billing apps, inventory tools, a WhatsApp catalog, online forms, and a basic CRM. But technology comes to use only when the basic process is correct. No app can save a wrong product, bad service, and weak communication. Patience is necessary in business. Expecting viral success in the first month is not correct. Many good businesses build trust slowly, and then one day customers themselves start recommending to others. The success story visible on social media is not the full story. Behind it are hidden trials, rejections, low sales, customer complaints, and sleepless nights. Therefore, more than comparison, keep focus on your numbers. Do your review every month. How much sale happened, how much expense happened, which product ran, which remained slow, which customer came back, and from which channel inquiry was received. Data can be small, but can make a decision big. If some product is not selling, leave ego and change it. Attachment with emotions in business is good, but ignoring the reality of the market is harmful. Learn to take feedback. If the customer says that the price is high, do not give just a discount. Understand whether he is seeing value or not. If value is clear, the price can be defended. Honesty in business is a very long-term asset. Making a wrong promise, one sale can be obtained, but making a correct promise, a lifelong customer can be obtained. If the product is late, tell the customer beforehand. If there is a quality issue, give a replacement. If the mistake is yours, accept it. In a small business, trust is built on a personal level. Do scaling, meaning growth, only when the existing system is being managed. Just taking more orders is not growth. Only when profit, quality, delivery, and team capacity increase together will expansion be healthy. Many people run toward a franchise, a second outlet, or big ads quickly. But if the first model is not profitable and repeatable, expansion just makes the loss big. In the beginning of a business, talking to a mentor or an experienced person can be helpful. One who has himself made a mistake can save you from many expensive mistakes. Family support is also important, especially in small towns and middle-class households. Tell them clearly that in the initial months income cannot be stable, but a plan and discipline are present. Starting a business does not mean running away from a job. This is taking a responsibility, where in place of salary comes uncertainty, and in place of a boss stands the customer. If you can test a business along with a job, then starting first as a side project can be better. From this, the idea will also be tested and financial pressure will also remain low. Opportunities for small businesses have increased for women, students, retired people, and homemakers too. Skill, a local network, and digital tools combined can make a path of income even from home. But whether the business is from home or from the market, professionalism should not decrease. Time commitment, customer response, and quality control are necessary everywhere. The biggest question is not when to start the business. The biggest question is whether you want to start without preparation or want to decrease risk with a small but wise step. If you have an idea, observe the market today itself. Talk to 10 potential customers. See 3 competitors. Write the cost. Think of a possible price. And then start with a small test. Business is not a one-day decision, it is a journey. In this, there will be fear too, mistake too, learning too, and many times the direction will have to be changed. But the person who does not stop learning, listens to the customer, keeps calculations clean, and avoids haste, for him a small business can become not just income but an identity too. In the end, the matter is simple. Before starting your business, see a dream but with eyes open. Choose an idea, do research, make a plan, handle money, understand compliance, and keep customer trust above everything. Because the real beginning of a business does not happen by opening a shop. The real beginning happens on that day when for the first time you consider a customer's problem your responsibility.
अगर इस वीडियो ने आपको कुछ नया सिखाया है या आपको लगता है कि ये जानकारी और लोगों तक भी पहुंचनी चाहिए, तो वीडियो को लाइक और शेयर करना न भूलें। आपकी एक छोटी सी शेयरिंग किसी और के लिए बड़ी और काम की जानकारी बन सकती है। अगर इस विषय से जुड़ा कोई सवाल आपके मन में है या आप अपनी राय हमारे साथ साझा करना चाहते हैं, तो कमेंट बॉक्स में जरूर लिखें। हम आपके हर सवाल और सुझाव को पढ़ते हैं, क्योंकि आपकी राय ही हमें बेहतर कंटेंट बनाने की प्रेरणा देती है। और अगर आप चाहते हैं कि आगे भी आपको बिजनेस, अर्थव्यवस्था और दुनिया से जुड़ी ऐसी ही दिलचस्प और भरोसेमंद जानकारी सबसे पहले मिलती रहे, तो हमारे चैनल जीआरटी बिजनेस को सब्सक्राइब करना न भूलें और साथ ही बेल आइकन जरूर दबाएं ताकि हमारे हर नए वीडियो का नोटिफिकेशन सीधे आप तक पहुंच सके। जीआरटी बिजनेस पर हम हमेशा कोशिश करते हैं कि आपको सटीक, संतुलित और विश्वसनीय जानकारी उपलब्ध कराएं। हमारी खबरें और विश्लेषण विभिन्न समाचार एजेंसियों, सार्वजनिक स्रोतों और जनमत से प्राप्त जानकारी के आधार पर तैयार किए जाते हैं। हम हर तथ्य को यथासंभव जांचने और सत्यापित करने का प्रयास करते हैं। फिर भी किसी भी संभावित त्रुटि या विवाद की स्थिति में इसकी जिम्मेदारी संबंधित स्रोतों की होती है। हमारा उद्देश्य केवल इतना है कि आप तक जानकारी का सही और भरोसेमंद दृष्टिकोण पहुंचे, ताकि आप किसी भी विषय को बेहतर ढंग से समझ सकें।